let's talk about setting up a game of Jak and Poi. So since Jak and Poi is a two-player card game, you'll need two decks. So for the purposes of this demonstration, though, I'll just be looking at the Alpha deck. The other deck is, of course, the Omega deck. And then we'll just see how a player sets up their own Jak and Poi game. So you take out all the cards from your deck, and we'll separate this into its components. So you'll see that you have the rule sheet right here. So let's set that aside. You'll have your tokens, your tracker tokens as well. And then let's separate your jacks. So the jacks are identified through their colored borders, so green, blue, and red. And everything else will be a poi. Of course, there's also the proxies here, so let's take those out as well. So proxies we won't be talking about yet, because these are used for advanced play. We'll just be taking a look at basic play for now. So let's set that aside. And of course, you have your tracker cards as well. There are two of them. And then the rest that are left in the deck are essentially your 60 pois. All right? Okay, so let's set that aside. All right? So what we want to do first is we want to punch out your tokens here. So the four essential ones are your green, blue, red, and yellow tokens. All right? So these are used to track your permission, and the yellow token is used to track your life. Now, the gray 0 and 10 token right here is used to track counters that some cards or some pois will need later on. For the purposes of this demonstration, this tutorial, we won't be using that just yet. So let's set that aside as well. Okay, so we want to shuffle our pois. So just give it a quick shuffle right here before you start. Okay, and then you take your three jacks in your hand already, and then you draw three cards to begin with. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So this comprises my opening hand. All right. So of course, you'll also need to set up your tracker as well. So put it somewhere accessible and visible to both of the players that are playing. And then to set it up first, everybody starts with 20 life points. So we put the yellow life tracker on its 10 side, that indicates 10. And we put it on the 10 spot of the yellow track that indicates 10 plus 10, which is 20 life. All right. And then since all players start with 0 permission to begin the game, then these permission trackers are essentially set outside of a tracker to indicate permission of none. All right. And as for your, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but your rule sheet has a nifty property to it. So after you've read it, read through it. If you still don't understand it, I guess that's why you're watching this video. But the nifty feature of this is that as it folds in, or in its folded state, the turn structure is the one that's shown at the back. So just in case you forget the turns in the game and you want a quick reference, this is how you do it, right? So you don't have to have the rule sheet all opened up and messy, cluttering your play space, when you can actually just have it folded up, and then the turn structure is right there for you. A quick reference, just in case you forget certain things in the game. So with that, with our tracker set up, our deck of pois shuffled up, and our 6 cards to start the game, we're all set to play Jak and Poi.